really striking hard. Strike, strike, strike. Hey, what's up guys? Today we'll be talking about how to run on the curved treadmill. This is something that I'm doing all the time, teaching people how to be able to run on this. I think that in a lot of ways it could be one of the best things that you could do to train yourself to be able to run faster or improve your technique when it comes to your top end sprinting. And I was recently talking to one of my clients online, and he was telling me to give him a little bit more of a tutorial, a little bit more breakdown of how to run on it, because he's looking to improve his own speed. And it made me realize, looking more in depth on YouTube, that not a lot of people have gone in depth into some of the things that could help you when it comes to learning how to run on the curve. I'm going to try to make this as concise as possible in some of the things that I do when I teach people how to be able to run on this, to be able to better understand what are some of the things that you want to do and not do to make it so you can have a lot of success on here. I do see people struggle with this all the time, so it's very normal. Don't be discouraged if this is a little bit new to you. I'll say just kind of stick with it. You do want to be able to figure out how to run on here, because it does teach you some rhythm and some timing that I think is very important when it comes to teaching yourself how to be able to achieve higher top speeds. And so if you're having a little bit of trouble with it, I won't say it has a ton to do with the running form. There's probably some changes that you could make there, but I think it has a lot more to do with the rhythm and the timing of the running, or your coordination, what you're doing with the arms, what you're doing with the legs, the toe off, maybe the rhythm, one of your legs is doing one thing where the other is doing another. And so you want to get that ironed out and corrected, and I think this is a great tool to be able to help you do that. So again, stick with it if you're finding some parts of it a little bit difficult, and we'll go into the tutorial here. So first thing that I would say is, obviously when it comes to the curve, the woodways, you are having to self-propel it. So that's what ends up being really different with this. I usually tell people to start off just by going with one leg. This will end up being a little bit loud. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to do the best I can with the audio to make it so it's easy to understand. But when you are doing this, you want to start off with just being able to get an understanding of how to get the treadmill to actually move. If you go and really work on the front side, getting the knee up, toe up, getting good height on the front side, landing on the front, pushing all the way back with the toe, I think it's a good way to be able to get an understanding of how to correct your leg cycle. There's some people that struggle with running on this because their leg cycle is off, whether they're kicking their feet side to side, or just have too much backside mechanics, not enough front side mechanics, or vice versa. That ends up being a problem sometimes, of just working on the leg cycle. I'll go up to 19, 20 miles an hour on here with my leg cycle, just to make it so I'm able to better understand what I'm doing here at a very high speed. So after you do that, after you work on the cycle, we'll go with 2 feet. Sometimes I'll have people hold on at first just to feel it, but I usually recommend not to do that. The big thing with this is it won't go backwards. So you can't make it go, if I'm trying to go, like a regular treadmill, you can actually make it go backwards. This one you can't. If you're on the back, it's not going to go anywhere. If you're in the middle, it'll go maybe a little bit, but you can even see here it won't go too much. The more you're on the front, the faster it's going to go. So if you're having trouble with just understanding the speed or controlling the speed, it's because you're getting too far out in front too quickly. So you just want to be able to figure out where you are on the treadmill to make it so then you can have a better understanding of what it's going to take to control it. So then once you start getting used to just walking, pumping the arms, getting your toes and feet active, that's what I really like about this, is it really forces you to understand how to use your feet better, how to use your ankles better. Now we can start jogging. Now when you're jogging, keep your chest up, make it so you're getting your knees up, toes up, getting your hands all the way back, so you're able to control the speed. If you start to go and feel yourself fall forward and let your feet go back behind, a lot of times it has to do with your foot contact. You need to get your foot off the ground a little bit sooner, or when your foot's coming off the ground, you also want to have a good position on your front side. You want to have your knee up, your toe up. If you're here and then the other foot's here, you're going to start getting here really quickly, and that's not a good spot to be in. I'll also see a lot of people who will struggle with like their arm swing here. So if you end up having like a lot more of a dominant front side arm swing and not pulling back with the hands, or not getting the chest in a good spot, that'll be another reason why you end up starting to fall forward a little bit more, is because you're going to kind of be looking down, looking forward. I'd say as soon as you can, right? If you think about our eyes, if our eyes are looking down, we're going to go down. So another reason I'll see people struggle is they're looking down too much instead of looking up. I usually like to look at the speed myself, but look at the distance. You can look up over like the monitor if there's like a mirror, whatever the case may be. Let's keep the head up Let's keep the chest up and make sure that we're getting plenty of range within the hands. I usually tell people you want to get kind of the wrist up, almost like you're sucking your thumb, and then when you pull back, it's like you're hammering all the way back here to be able to make it so then you can control the arms and get plenty of action out of the wrist. And I'm just trying to make that action out of the wrist as quick as possible. So in this next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on getting my knees up a little bit more. Okay, try to add a little bit more speed by being a little bit quicker off the ground. When my foot hits the ground, I really want to think about as soon as I can pushing right back forward. I'll even tell people, try to make it so your knee is coming forward before that foot is even coming off the ground, so you're not wasting any time with the foot going here. It's not lifting up with the heel. It's really, you always want to be pushing your foot forward. Okay, pushing the foot forward is a huge key that you can understand when running that'll make a big difference when it comes to your top speed. I'll give you guys an example here. So here, knees up, nose up, getting the hands, and now I'm really trying to push forward, push forward, push forward, push forward. And that's going to allow me to get higher with my knees, with my toes. And these are kind of advanced tips too, so I went through kind of the basics there at the beginning, make it so you can understand how to control it, how to walk, how to jog. Now we're getting into some of the top speed things that really make a big difference if you really want to see that speed on the woodway increase. The thing that's great about this is there's no cap. You can go as fast as you can on the woodway. If you go 25, 27, 30, it'll go and be able to maintain that. So it's a great training tool because there's no other treadmill that can really sustain that. A lot of treadmills will go like 12, 15 miles an hour at their max. Again, these ones will go way over that, which is why it's a great training tool for you. And will also get you a little bit tired, as you can probably hear in my voice. The last thing we talked about was pushing forward with the foot. And then the thing that would go and be the next level would just be, as you're swinging the leg through, get the knee up, get the toe up as high as you can, and create that hard foot strike down in the ground. Okay, you want to stay off of the heels when you're landing on this. You want to be a little bit more towards the front part of the foot. Sometimes you have to go and take your time to be able to develop this though. This isn't something that you necessarily are going to be able to do in, a 30-minute sprinting session. This is something that you want to be able to consistently train yourself over to be able to implement some of these things I'm talking about. But this is a full kind of tutorial of from basic to advanced, using this to make it so you can get a lot faster and achieve some of your top end speed goals. So again, I'm going to do it again. This time I'm really going to try to create a lot of power down into the treadmill to be able to run just that much faster. So here I'm going knees up, getting my rhythm in my arms. Now I'm pushing more with my feet, and now I'm really striking hard. Strike, strike, strike. But you see you can get a little bit faster on there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, like, subscribe. We do a lot of things to help you out when it comes to your sprinting mechanics. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.